While the Turkish LDA was merely 64 million in 2003, it increased to 967 million in 2010. It did represent a 23% increase over 2009, which was 707 million US dollars. When the Brussels Program of Action was declared in 2001, as you said a few minutes ago, TICA had no coordination offices in any LDCs. Things have changed dramatically afterwards. We have opened coordination offices in Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Sudan and Senegal in the last decade. Moreover, TICA has been active with its project in 37 African countries, which are mostly LDCs. We also worked through, we have 26 coordination offices in 23 countries, but we also work through our own Turkish embassies where we have no representation. The share of Africa also increased in our ODA. Now it accounts almost 25%. With its projects, TICA contributes to poverty eradication, sustainable social and economic development in partner countries through technical cooperation and grants, and supports national development program of partner countries by sharing Turkey's expertise and experience. Our priority sectors are education, health, governance, private sector development, agriculture, forestry, water supply and sanitation, communication and transportation infrastructure, trade and tourism. To this, we give a lot of importance to LDC's position. To this end, recently the Turkish government has decided to develop African strategy for Turkey. This strategy will be developed in cooperation with all relevant governmental actors under the coordination of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Our distinguished delegates. Here I would like to mention give some examples we do with LDCs in Africa. As we are all aware of, agriculture is an important sector for the development of LDCs. TICA usually uses the expertise of various research institutions established by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs around Turkey. TICA has developed a program named TICA Africa Agricultural Development Program. In this program, we developed it and implemented by TICA in cooperation with the Minister of Agriculture in Turkey. It covers that program. Welcome. Africa Agricultural Development Program covers 13 countries, namely Burkina Faso, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Senegal, Comoros, Madagascar, Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. In the first phase of the program, TICA has organized a workshop to bring together ministers of agriculture and high-level officials from partner countries to discuss the challenges, needs, and opportunities in their countries. The outcome of this workshop constituted a strong basis for the second phase of the project, during which training programs were carried out in line with specific needs of the partner countries. During the second phase of the program, 142 experts received training for 45 days on various topics such as irrigation, cultivation, agricultural mechanization, animal husbandry and mechanization, fisheries, animal diseases and food processing technologies. Following the training, they became potential focal points for the projects planned to be implemented in the next phase of the program. Finally, the third phase of the project is composed of pilot projects to be launched in partner countries. These projects aim at putting transferred technologies into practice and will be implemented with the financial support of TICA. Recently, we gave a start to improving quality potato production. This is an example inside an example. project in Comoros in December 2010. The goal of the project is to introduce new techniques to family enterprises dealing with potato cultivation. By this way, the project aims to contribute to income generation of rural families. In 2011, similar projects will be put into practice in other target countries of TICA Africa Agricultural Development Program. We also have another program with the LDCs in Africa, which is HELP program. This program is a joint initiative of Turkish governmental institutions, Turkish NGOs, and voluntary Turkish doctors. Turkish doctors provide free health screening and medical assistance, and main aim is to help eradicate major diseases on the continent and to increase capacity in health sector. Health screenings, vaccination campaigns, cataract operations were also realized in different countries in Africa. Overall results up to now in that health program, up to now 200,000 patients were examined, almost 9,000 medical operations were performed, and 45,000 patients had cataract operation. And more than 30 tons of medicine was donated. The third and last example is the vocational training program. This program provides support for training skilled workers for the developing economies. It is a joint initiative of TICA and Turkish Ministry of Education. Participating countries are Nigeria, Cameroon, Benin, Niger, and Ghana. It includes training subjects like textile and fashion design, electrician and automobile training, automobile technician trainings. While developing and implementing these projects and activities, TICA also cooperates with other bilateral donors as well as multilateral donors, thereby facilitating a more effective implementation process. Turkey's activities in partnership with recipient countries from the south, alongside cooperation with a third party from the north, provide a good example of triangular cooperation. Turkey's main partners in this regard are the UNDP, UNIDO, FAO, ITC, ISDB. Also in cooperation with these organizations, international seminars and training programs are held. As the landscape of development cooperation is rapidly changing, there is a need to strongly promote South-South cooperation in terms of effective technology transfer, and we believe that DAC and non-DAC donors should also reach to a common understanding on how to channel ODA funds in a more rational way, so as to address challenges faced by the developing countries. Within this context, we should keep alive the dialogue between DAC and non-DAC donors, started with the Istanbul meeting and followed by the Seoul meeting. We believe that the government strategies need to be tailored to address the specific needs and requirements of developing countries and LDCs, and one-size-fits-all approach in the field of development carry international deficiencies. While MDGs were set for donors to reduce poverty in developing countries, we believe that partner countries should do their best to improve good climate for any investors to help them progress. As the host of the 4th UN LDC conference, Turkey is determined to contribute to poverty eradication and sustainable development. And maybe some of you didn't hear the Turkish Prime Minister's speech, and I would like to repeat it here. As the Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan explained yesterday, a fund of $200 million will be allocated for the development of 48 LDCs annually. An International Science, Technology and Innovation Center and International Agriculture Center will be formed in Turkey for the LDCs. Turkey will also allocate 1,000 scholarships for graduate studies, including medical specializations. Private sector investment will also be supported so as to reach to 5 billion in 2015 and 10 billion in 2020 in the LDC countries. For the realization of that plan, Turkish Exim Bank credits will be increased and special rules will be introduced, encouraging rules. Of course, ODA is not panacea for all problems. Our task is to enable individuals to attain necessary qualifications, offer them the opportunity to be productive, establish systems or mechanisms for the marketing and their eventual integration into global commercial system. The developing countries should also make best use of the South-South cooperation and triangular cooperation concept in every opportunity. In this context, being an emerging donor, Turkey is ready to do its part bilaterally or through specialized international agencies and share its experiences. As a matter of fact, we believe that the South-South and triangular cooperation have promising potential for development assistance and financing. A genuine partnership against poverty and a partnership for prosperity are needed to unlock the huge potential in LDCs. TICA will, with its full capacity, is ready to continue to serve for this aim and is trying to make a positive impact in this regard. Thank you very much for your attention.
Well, sincere thanks to Dr. Sahin for this excellent coverage and presentation, very much revealing how the landscape is changing. A decade ago, hardly any activity. A decade on, an extraordinary range of work, commitment, institutional development, expansion of the range of areas of support and commitments being made, and the observations that come from the forging of such a partnership for so many of the aspects that challenge us. Making South-South cooperation effective, understanding the challenge of donor coordination, the orientation and mentality associated with partnerships. We've touched on so many issues just in the very first presentation. I'm very grateful to you. We have the pleasure of welcoming Honorable Sorat Sakpan, Secretary of State, Ministry of Commerce of Cambodia. Honorable Secretary of State, we welcome you, and we had, of course, indicated that you would be late, so please be welcome. I would suggest, if I may, to give you some time that we move to the next speaker and then come back to you so you have an opportunity to be on the panel. The next speaker would be Sushant Katima, Executive Director of Economies.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to be invited by the organizer for this presentation. I'll be presenting on the South-South cooperation, the experience of the Greater Mekong Sub-region Economic Cooperation. The cooperation of the Greater Mekong Sub-region